What's up, guys? This is Automotive Anonymous, and what I do are car reviews, 0 to 60s with GPS, and other cool car-related content. If you like my channel, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to show your support and help it to continue to grow. Otherwise, what we're going to do today is a walk-around review, go through the specs, initial driving impressions 0 to 60, and final thoughts of this ice silver metallic 2023 Subaru Crosstrek Premium. It was generously borrowed by Twin Falls Subaru in Southern Idaho. It's under MSRP, so I'll link it below. Alright guys, let's get right into it. This is the last year of the second generation of the Crosstrek. These started in 2018. A base model is about $24,000. As the Premium, it's the second of the 5 trim levels, and it starts at a little bit over $25,000. And there's a good reason that Subaru of USA sells over 100,000 of these a year. It's because they're great vehicles. This one, being the 2-liter, makes about 152 horse. I'll show you that in just a minute. It gets 28 city, 33 highway, with a 16.6 gallon tank located on the passenger side. That's about 550 miles of highway excursion, baby. You can go on lots of road trips in this bad boy. 31 to 3,400 pounds, depending on how they're spec'd, meaning it weighs about the same as 4 adult male zebras. Just under 6 feet wide, 5.3 feet tall, and 15 feet long. They're really well sized. They're easy to get in and out of parking spaces and throughout town or the city. Has the global platform, 8.7 inches of ground clearance, being a Subaru with symmetrical all-wheel drive. And it has a 225/60/17 all-season with a pretty good looking wheel and spare steel tire in the back. But let's get out of the rain, out of the wind, and see what it has to offer inside. With the proximity key, you can lock it right there. And you can unlock it right there. Might take a second though. The door panel looks fantastic because you get the Subaru fake carbon fiber theme. That's what every owner dreams of, and it honestly looks pretty good. No stitching on the door card or the armrest, but it is soft touch. It's very comfortable. I always enjoyed it in my 40,000 miles of Crosstrek ownership. This has been tested. It fits 10 fingers. But there's not much of a lip. It's still easy to grab and grasp though. Here you could fit a small sized jar of dill pickles and maybe a 10 count stacked vertically of Mr. Stringhead string cheese if you'd like. Nothing on the speaker, but they do sound adequate for what you're getting. No door sill plate or baby size Subaru on this model, but you do get really nice Crosstrek floor mats. You get the gas tank release, rubberized pedals, hood release, fuse box. The options you can see there, which do include auto start stop. If you want to turn that feature off, that's how you do it. Chirp reset cloth seats. They are 6-way adjustable on the driver's side. The orange stitching looks really good. I think that's from their deal with Michaels. And the seats are comfortable. These are basically the same exact ones that I had. But let's get inside the car. Fire it up with the push button start. Steering wheel looks really good. It's leather wrapped. And let's go through the settings. Let's see what info has to offer up here on the second screen. Basically MPG and miles per hour, it looks like. And then the paddles, the baby sized paddles to go through the center display. So similar options with tire pressure in there. Having the 6.5 inch screen is actually really nice. You have a CD player, which that may or may not go away on the next generation as we find out to see what that has to offer. Down here in the rubber lined storage, you have aux to USB and a 12 volt. Drop the shifter into manual mode and fake paddle shift the CVT. If you so desire, you do have a manual handbrake, which is a really nice feature to still see on vehicles. Heated seats, single stage X mode, 2 bottle holders that it's kind of cut out in the armrest. And the console, it's not small for this size of vehicle, but it's not large. You just have a 12 volt down there. Let's turn it off, hop in the back seat, and see what else we have to enjoy in the Crosstrek Premium. To the back door panel, carbon fiber theme follows throughout. Black handles are really nice. You just got your button for the window, another 10 finger grab handle, and a slightly smaller door pocket, so you could fit whatever you need down there. Nothing on the door sill plate. There's no rip or anything if you're getting up to the rails. Thankfully, you know, they're not too high on this model. Stitching follows throughout. It's a 60/40 split. Easy to load and unload. They're light. Sitting behind herself, we have really nice floor mats, but you don't get to be a backseat driver. So if you don't want your son, your grandma, whoever's gonna sit behind you to be a backseat driver, put them on the passenger side. If you do, put them behind the driver's side. If you don't. Nothing on the console, no vents or AC or anything like that, and no center armrest. But if you have a backpack, a little brother, something you could set your arm on, you might be comfortable that way as well. Halogen lights up top, and then you do have the sunroof with the features to tilt and to slide right there. You also have the manual sunshade if you want. On the back, we have the button to lift right down here. We also have the pin code. I have a video on how to set that. It's a really cool feature. Check it out. That's how you access proximity key models without having the keys on you. But we're just gonna use the remote this time to lift. Oh, actually, this one doesn't do that. This one just does the unlock feature, it looks like. We got the cargo net, we have the all-weather floor mats, another halogen light down there, a little bit of extended storage behind the wheel wells, and then we have the spare tire that's hiding underneath the floor with the eye bolt, all the tools, and not too much other space to store stuff. Maybe if you have some flat items or some thin items, you could tuck them away and hide them down there. And then again, yeah, because this isn't a powered model, because it's the Crosstrek, you have to manually toss that thing down. Single tip exhaust hidden away under there with 8.7 inches of ground clearance. Back seat, the backseat driver door panel looks identical to the other side. You do have that one map pocket that's not divided and pulls out pretty well. And then 5-star crash test overall rating, so we know our backpack's gonna be safe if some sort of kerfunkle were to happen. Driver's side, you can see you can lock it and unlock it there with the proximity key. Door panel looks really good. You're only missing a few controls, otherwise same as the driver's side. Carbon fiber theme, of course. It's just barely under MSRP. There you go. Crosstrek floor mat. You have the recline and the slide, but nothing powered on this specific model. And then the locking glove box with a little bit of storage. You have the screwdriver for the rails on top, but no 12 volts or anything hidden away. I know what you're thinking. I'm buying this for the engine. What's under the hood? Let's see that 2-liter horizontally opposed boxer. That sure sounds fancy, right? Pop the hood. Under the hood, it's 152 horse, about 148 torque. Right up top, you have a lot of things that are easy to have access to: the coolant reservoir, oil filter, 0W20 full synthetic, windshield washer, battery, positive and negative terminals, brake fluid reservoir, the ducting through the grill, through the filter, through the baffling to quiet it down, the throttle body to the upper intake manifolds. You have the alternator right up top. You have the protective plastic covering on the serpentine belt, which would be easy to get to. And holy cow, that would be like the easiest thing to change. That's just so you don't lose your fingers in the engine bay, because you don't want to be looking for those and picking them up. They're going to be dirty. You can see the block codes right there, and where the horizontally opposed block is split. Really cool how easy and how much you can access and see on this. You can see the CVT hidden down there. There's a lot of room throughout. Very cool. Not a lot of fake unnecessary plastics covering up what's actually here. It's all mechanical. All right, let's drop the hood. All right, let's teleport inside and get to our initial driving impressions in 0 to 60. Initial driving impressions of the Premium are, it feels very familiar because I owned a 2019 Premium for 40,000 miles. Visibility, like all the other Crosstreks, is really good. Being a Premium, but with optional package 14, it feels fairly bare bones, but it has everything that you need. It still has blind spot monitoring, it has a lot of the safety features, adaptive cruise control with eyesight cameras. Comfort's great, the armrests feel good. Everything's just right where it should be on this. I do like that the Crosstrek for the 2nd gen still has the physical buttons. It has the storage space right there. You even get the paddle shifters. It's smooth. Road noise is not quite as masked as some of the bigger, more expensive Subarus, but it's definitely better than, say, like the WRX and I know these are similar to the Impreza, but I honestly think this does a better job diminishing the road noise than the Impreza. It's just a really good vehicle. The ride is smooth. The seats, for not having very aggressive bolstering and being cloth, are comfortable. I do like that it has the 6-way power adjustment with this optional package, so I can get comfortable for long drives. You know, it's rated at around 33 highway, but when I would go 80 on the interstate, I would get like 31, and when I would go 55 to 65 on couple-hour road trips through the hills, through the country, I've gone over 40 miles per gallon when I had my Crosstrek. This one does feel more refined and a little bit fancier than the one I had a few years ago. Having the sport mode is nice. That helps with acceleration when you're already moving. It does less from a standstill, since it pretty much just downshifts a fake gear so that you're in a more powerful RPM location, which then, you know, would drop MPG slightly if you actually stay in there. 8.7 inches of ground clearance. You know, it feels really good. Being about 15 feet long, having a mid 30-foot turning radius, it feels very convenient for driving around town. Like, I can easily maneuver wherever I need to get to. Overall, it's a really good vehicle. Mine had the Rockford Fosgate sound system, and I'm not seeing that as an option on the website. If I'm wrong, please mention it in the comments. Otherwise, the base sound system is great. If you're looking to spend under 30 grand, I think this is a good option. But let's get to our 0 to 60. Let's see how fast it is. 0 to 60 in the 152 horse 2023 Crosstrek Premium. We have traction control off, sport mode is on. We're gonna do a little bit of a CVT brake rev, and then I'll verbalize the true 0 to 60. The bottom left of the graph to follow will show without the footed rollout. That's the way the magazine would rate this vehicle, doing the exact same run. And keep in mind, density altitude's about 3,400 feet, so the vehicle is down on power. Probably about 13 or 14% today. Let's see what it can do. CVT is holding like it should. And true 0 to 60 came in at 10.47 seconds in today's conditions. Let's move on to our final thoughts. Final thoughts of the 2023 Crosstrek Premium is this is a really good offering. It has a wonderful array of features, safety features, convenience features, things of that nature for the price tag. It's definitely more loaded than the Premium I had, which also included the sunroof option back then. And that's really cool. If you have the money, if you need the same size of vehicle, I do think splurging on the 2.5 Boxer in the Sport or the Limited trim, or the Limited for the LED headlights, would be worth it, because that is a worthwhile upgrade if you can swing it. Having those LEDs on my Outback is very important for nighttime driving. It casts light at least 50% better. Otherwise, this is a fantastic offering. I'm really glad Subaru is still giving it to us. And with 5 trim levels, you can find the right one for you. Remember, if you guys like my video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Otherwise, I'll link this one below. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your week. See ya.